Right, it's Sunday. The Galactic Green's really kicked in now, as you can tell. The sun's shining. I've got a nice new surprise for you to show you, so I'm going to set that up in a sec, and then we're going to cut it with the cylinder, with the surprise, and this is going to look absolutely amazing. Look how green it is, and it's not even been cut yet. This is going to be fantastic. So let me get my mower out. My daughter's going to film me in a sec, and then I'll do a time lapse of me cutting it. And yeah, these are the days. I always say last week, like, oh, this is why we do it, this is why we do it, but this is why we do it now when you see the results of this. So we're going to do this first, then we're going to head over to Britain's best lawn with Keith. He'll be in a good mood because he's a Chelsea fan, so there'll no doubt be a bit of gloating today. Not that I'm a City fan, but he still comes out and gloats when Chelsea are doing well. When Chelsea are doing rubbish, he's never to be seen, but when they're good, he comes out face painted and everything. Chelsea top on, I would think, today, and he'll go, "You alright, Dan? Do you want a brew, cake, everything?" But normally no cake, but today I'll probably get a slice. So let's get this on. Right, surprise is I've just taken delivery of a 17-inch 10-blade cylinder from Allett. Been wanting one for a while, so I've got one. Now it's normally you have to unscrew these, but I've took the liberty of doing this already. 4 screws, they don't come out, so you don't need to worry about losing them. 2 screws here, you just need to undo those, take them out, put them down, don't lose them. And then all we do is just slide that one out and take that one and put it in. But first, I've already set the blades, and if you'll see, cut in, perfect, beautiful. So we're going to stick that in, and then we'll give it another adjustment, because those were working perfectly yesterday when I did them, but in transport they've just obviously knocked out a little bit. So I'll just give them another adjust before I start cutting. But look how shiny they are. I just wanted to try this one just to see what kind of difference it makes. So we'll just slide it back in, and there you go, easy. That's why it's called a quick exchange. I'm just going to take my gloves off for this one, because I'm not very nimble with them gloves on. And then you just got to find the screw holes. And I'm actually in normal clothes today. I don't think you'll ever have seen me in normal clothes before. So we'll just tighten that up. Doesn't take much. There we go. Then sit the side one back on. Normally I just undo these two and prise it about that far, but just today I've just took the whole thing off. These are available from allett.co.uk or your local dealer, or I think you can just buy them online from like various places, but try and look after your local dealer, because he's the guy you're going to need when your mower breaks. But if we don't use them, we'll lose them. So it's very important that you look after them. Even if it costs you 20, 30 quid extra, it's worth it just to get that custom of that service when you want it. Because if you go in with a mower you've not bought from people, they get a bit funny, and they put you back at queue. So if you can build up a good rapport with your local dealer and look after him, he will look after you. And you get your mower back sooner rather than later, which is imperative for me anyway. So I use 2 people. I use Mower Mend in Bolton, but also Bill Morris in Standish, lovely chap. So that's in, ready to go. Oh, in fact, I just wanted to give that another cut in there, so just lean it back. Where's that bit of paper gone under? Got my daughter there behind the camera. Is that blown away?
It's on there.
Oh, well, we'll just use this now. We'll just use a bit of that. Yeah, right, that's good enough. methinks. So let's get cutting. Right, so we've just cut it with the 10 bladed cylinder, and I think you'll agree it's blimmin' brilliant. Look at that. Look at the colour. Now if you don't believe Galactic Green is a great product, then think again, because it's absolutely fantastic. Look at that. Yeah? Look at the colour. Oh my god. This is what it was like 4 years ago in July, so we're like a month ahead of times. But look at that, it's just like liquid. You could just dive into it and eat it. Let's give you a close-up. I'm on the selfie stick. Let's try not to get any shadow. Well, I can't help that, but let's go this way instead. Yes. Beautiful. Just let you enjoy it for a second. And what have I done? Obviously, yeah, it was a new lawn 7 years ago. That's 7 years ago. Scarified it, overseeded it, Jack's Magic, CRF Mini, Bio Boost, and then an application of Rigby Taylor. That's all it's had. And look at it. Phenomenal. Look at the colour. Look at it. I just can't stop saying look at it, because it's just, this is what I get up for. Look at that colour. The contrast of the silver and the dark green. What an absolute joy. Just a shame. Well, it's a shame it's not in my back garden, but if it was in my back garden, it'd be 10 foot long, I reckon. I know that sounds odd, but I don't think I'd do my own, because I'd be just too busy doing everybody else's. I get pleasure doing it for other people rather than doing it for myself, if you know what I mean. But yeah, come on. Just cut, it's just cutting, regular cutting, and the products are probably second at this time. It's just cutting. Like if you cut a plant, keep cutting a plant, it'll thicken up. So it's the same process in the grass. You keep cutting it, it'll thicken up. So yeah, so I'm off to Keith's now, so we'll get that one done and see what that looks like. I don't think it'll look as good as this, because that's not a Galactic Green yet, but it will be doing shortly. But it's just finding the wind-free days to get it on, which are few and far between in Lostock, because it's just a wind tunnel. You know, the old ticket office at the Macron, or the Uniball now it's called, or the Reebok, you might know it as, where the ticket office used to be. It was ridiculous. Even on the nicest day of the year, it was just 100-mile-an-hour winds all the time. So they moved it, because your tickets used to blow away. Oh, just one more look at that. Yeah, so what's the difference between a 10 blade and a 6 blade cylinder? Obviously you're getting more cuts per metre as the roller rolls. So anything that didn't get cut with the 6 has another chance to maybe get another cut. Good for the bent and fescue lawns, but I don't really have many of those, or any of those really, because there's obviously more blades of grass in those, so you need that 10 bladed cylinder for those. But the 6 is fine. The 10's just, it's just an over exuberance, isn't it? And I just wanted to give it a go though and see, but I think it's a much better cut than the 6. But the 6 is fine. It's just personal preference and whether you've got the budget available, whether you want to do it. But it's not a necessity. But yeah, like we said, available at allett.co.uk or from Allett dealers. Remember, use them or lose them. So over and out. Right, so I'm just at Britain's Best Lawn 2016. Just cut it. You ready? Oh, look at that. Oh, would you like that? I do. And this is like the older part. This is 8 years old, this section. This square here is 8 years old. Let's have a look. Come on. Into the shady area of the I'm still trying to fathom out what's the best time to come here, but this isn't a bad time, is it? No sirree, it's not. Yes. I'm in heaven. Look at these dandelions floating around. All the dandelion seeds with lawn were covered in them. So we'll probably have a big dandelion infestation soon, but nice close up for you. Do you like that? All growing merrily. Just obviously it's difficult to put into words, isn't it, what it's like? But I don't mind it at all. If you're wondering what these like black lines are here, that's just where I've gone over last time stripe with the mower the opposite way, so it just looks black. I'm just trying to, well, you'd think I was trying to equal out the width, but I've actually made this one smaller, so it's not ideal, but I'm not bothered. Looks like that. So that's Allett Sunday completed. Might look better from this end at this time of day. Now this hasn't a Galactic Green. Can you see a difference in terms of colour than on the last job? So that's what that does. Gives you that elevation to the next level of green. So just walking back, give you another close up. It's hard to think, isn't it, that like 5, 6 weeks ago it was just covered in compost. Now it's just a beautiful sward. Let's go down here for you. Look at that. That's like the 10 blade cylinder difference. You know, you're getting more cuts, so you get you get finer detail in the cuts. Isn't that just a joy to behold? Look how flat it is and uniformly cut. Just trying to have a look at the tips. You see the tips are nicely cut as well. Not bad, that. It looks like astroturf. And a good test for the turf is if you stand on it and then the grass should just lift up and you shouldn't be able to see the footprint, and that's because it's nice and short. If you leave it too long it just collapses. If you imagine getting a stiff brush and then leaving the bristles as long as they are, they'll be quite malleable, you can bend them, but if you chop those in half they'd be a lot stronger, and that's the same in the grass. The lower you go, the stronger the grass is. But don't go too low. That's not an invitation for you to go too low, but I think this is the perfect height. I'm not sure what height it is, but it's about maybe an inch or so. It's getting that time for a verticut really, but I haven't got any in yet, so I'm waiting until July to get a verticut, so that's 4 weeks away. But in the meantime I might just have to go over it with the scarifier that I've got and just improvise. But that's my next investment, is the Allett verticutter. We just have a look at the blade of grass here that I've just cut off. See if I can get a nice visual on that. That's the other thing with iPhones, they're not very good at zooming in close to give you an idea of what a nice piece of grass looks like. No, it's not having it, is it? But look at that. This is what we do it for. This is it. So yeah, look at that. Beautiful. Right, I am off to the pictures now. So we'll see you next week. I'll see you tomorrow actually, because I'm going to be doing the levelling over the road using the technique that I used at college, with a new take on it as well. I've come up with an idea which I've never done before, but I'm going to put it into practice and see if it works. So until then, my friends, we'll see you later.